Okay, in the lines. Good to go. Okay, shalom to Israel. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Barakatham to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Alathan Bahashem, Yahweh Shai to all the sisters. We are the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, knowledge that you can use in your life. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. We good on that? Most High in Christ. Since 1969, the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana has been teaching the truth of the Bible, and that truth includes the fact that so-called blacks, so-called Latinos, or Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans, First Nation people are the true Israelites, the true Jews of the Bible. Understand? According to the Bible. Yeah, right. Understand? And then ISUPK, since 1969, is the origin of what they call the Hebrew Israelite doctrine. Understand? We are the home of the truth, in other words. Understand? And always will be the home of the truth, because the truth never changes. Understand? So if you change groups, you change the truth. There's only one body, one Lord, one spirit. Understand? One head. Okay? And that's the ISUPK, presently under Commanding General Yohana. Understand? If you're not in the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, you're simply not in the truth. Okay? And with that being said, I'm Officer of 1,000 Yonder Czar here in beautiful Durham, North Carolina. I like Durham, North Carolina, because it's a real place. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of the reasons why I like Durham is because it reminds me of home, so to speak, because, you know, we can go right outside the school and see the suffering of our people. You know what I'm saying? It's right here, you know? And so I like that because it gives me a dose of reality. You know what I'm saying? And we need to have consistent, realistic views of life according to what the Bible teaches us. Understand? We have to know what's going on in the world today to understand the Bible. We have to understand the Bible to know what's going on in the world today. It's imperative because the priests and prophets of the ISUPK have a tremendous responsibility. We are the watchers. We're the seers. You understand? It is our responsibility to scope out and view everything that's going on that's pertinent to the survival of our people. Right. And then we have to relate that information to the people with the assistance and the guidance of Lord and Christ through these scriptures. You understand? And that's what we do. So today, right, one thing I'm going to say today before, this is one day which is unusual for me. I didn't really watch any news today, but a little bit. But one thing I want to say is, like, I've been on the Netanyahu watch, you know, because there's been crazy rumors about Netanyahu, not Jew. That's what I call him, not Jew. Understand? He's Polish, European, Edomite. So Netanyahu, his name nor his visage has appeared on any television platforms live in at least 4 days, which is unusual because if you know, since the beginning of the war, I think the war started February 28th, he was on TV consistently talking smack, right? But he's been mysteriously absent from social media. Even his name, I haven't even seen his name for at least 4 days, and I do watch news consistently. Understand? And I don't know what the deal is with him. You understand what I'm saying? But I just want to put everybody on game so everybody could be aware. Like when you watch the news and you see what's going on in the world, you understand what I'm saying? You see if, let me see what the sister said. And Sister Sapaya, Shalom says, Yahweh Shemala Thumba Shemasha. She just put in the chat that Salakia, he also missed a meeting he always attends. You see what I'm saying? And let me tell you something. If he was got, that war is not going to end for 20 years. If we last that long. You understand? If they got net and not Jew, you understand, then that's a big issue. Now, why, if they did get him, why they keeping it a secret? I don't know. Maybe it's for morale. Maybe because the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and he doesn't want it to be known that, you know, that their supreme Jewish political leader, you understand, was God. And I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? It's all good in the hood if they did get him. You know what I mean? Understand? Because he was talking mad smack. You know, he had no heart, no mercy on those Palestinians and others. Right. Understand? He was raised in Philadelphia. Understand? He had no mercy on those Palestinians. So I hope the Lord don't show him any mercy. Not because of the Palestinians, because they're claiming to be us. And according to Christ, they're the chief devil. Right. Which, if you know anything about the world, the politics and the financial aspect of the world, you know they're on top. Okay, so because whatever Christ says is the truth any goddamn way. Understand? There's no disputing that. He called them the synagogue of Satan, the chief devil, the chief house of the devils. You know? Slocky, what's up with this chair? Keep sliding on. I got it now. I'm good. No. I'm good. So, you know, let me see what else we got in here. We got Choir Bar, Trooper Choir Bar. Shalom, my brother. Yahweh Shema Shabbat. We got, okay, yeah, that's right, sister. White man is the devil. That's right. And we got ISUPK 919. Shalom, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shabbat. I think that's Hawan, right? No, that's the other. Oh, okay. All right, the water. So listen, y'all. You understand? We're on the brink of a terrible war. That's right. You understand? So what the topic is tonight is World War III. And what I'm going to try to take you through, is the leading up to, during, and after the war, which is described in the Bible, in the book of Revelation, as the third woe. Right? So let me know when you're ready, brother. So we're going to start off with the words of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, who the world erroneously calls Jesus Christ. We'll just call him Christ or Yahweh Shai. So give me Matthew 24, 6, and 7. We're going to start right there. We're the seers, commanding General Yohana, the generals, the captains, and the officers above us. We're the seers. We're trained to see. You understand? We're the ones, the watchmen. You understand? We're the ones that's supposed to see what's going on by interpreting these scriptures. You understand? And sharing them, the information and the spirit with our people. You understand? That's what we do. Damn right. Understand? And we're trained professionals. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning that we train and practice to do this under the true priests and prophets of the Lord, under Commanding General Yohana and ISUPK. Commanding General Yohana on down. So if you could, Baba Kashar, read that.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars.
You shall hear of wars and rumors of war. Now, this particular scripture in itself could fit almost anywhere in history. You understand? Wars and rumors of wars, right? But now everything is going to be at the highest level. So we're going to read on and we're going to get more to place us in the time capsule that we need to be in to understand where we at.
Damn right.
Go ahead, brother.
Come. See that ye be not troubled.
Don't be troubled. That's why we're here. That's why you're here, so that we can be comforted, even though it's about to get crazy. We can see the other side. And this is not no spookism or nothing like that.
Right.
This is that the Bible gave us the information to see the other side of what's happening in the earth. So Baba Kashar, read verse 7. Oh, that was you. Okay, finish it. Definitely.
Come on, sir.
Salakia.
For all these things must come to pass.
All of these things, meaning the things that he's about to talk about, must come to pass.
Yeah, right.
Meaning towards the end. So read on, my brother.
Come on. But the end is not yet.
When you hear about these wars and these rumors of wars, it ain't the end yet. Not yet. But we getting there. We getting there. So now read on, brother.
Come on, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation.
Nations, which is, that word is nationalities. You understand? Nations against nation, right? Because you have nations, which is the nationality or the ethnos, right? The ethnic group. And then you have what they call kingdoms. Understand, which could be a mixture of nationalities, right? So read on.
Come on, and kingdom against kingdom.
See, kingdom against kingdom. See, like the USA is a kingdom,
right?
It's not a nationality. It's led by a particular nationality,
right?
But the contents of America are multiple, many nationalities. Every nation on earth is here in America. There's 18 nations or nationalities on the earth, according to the Bible, and all of them are here in the good old USA.
Right.
Right? So read on.
And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
You understand? There shall be famines, right? Famines, right, could mean a lot of different things. Now, we know that famine means hunger. So, or that's the general understood meaning of a famine, right? Is the lack of food. You understand the economy? I mean, the economic situation there, or the ecological situation there. The climate situation might change and deprive people of the ability to grow crops, right? So it could be that, right? And it could be other kind. It could be spiritual famine too. You understand? People are starving spiritually as well. You understand? And we got, after famines comes what? Pestilence.
And pestilences.
Right? So pestilence, right, is all kind of different things. You hear stories about these invasive insects that they might come from Asia or they might come from Africa, and now they're over here. It's this little worm that's doing a lot of damage here. So there's a lot of things. The destruction of the honeybee or bees in general. The population of bees in America is at dangerous lows, where they have to make bee farms to restock the natural population because of insecticides and such things, right? So, because if you know anything about the job that the wonderful little bee has, is to what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word. Well, he actually what's the word? Pollinating. Thank you, my brother. He pollinates plants so that they can grow food. Like without the bee, without the job of the bee, like 50 to 60% of all foods, you understand, would disappear. You understand? So that's a possible, you understand, source of the pestilence and the famine that's going to come on the earth, according to the word of the Most High God and Yahweh Shai Mashiach here, right?
Yeah, right.
Read on. Pestilence.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Take your time, brother.
Okay. And pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
Earthquakes in diverse places. So I can't think of any earthquakes in the last week or so. So be on alert.
Uh-oh.
Because they go to go. You understand what I'm saying? Be on alert. They'll be here. So these are some of what we would call the precursors, you understand, of, World War III. You understand? And divers in different places. So it might be in Alaska, then it might be in Japan, then it might be in South America, it might be in the USA, whatever. You understand? There's going to be earthquakes happening in different places around the earth. That's fairly simple. So this is one of the precursors or the thing that would lead up to the war, right? Okay. So Baba Shah, give me Ezekiel 38, and we're going to do 1 and 2. Then we're going to skip to 17 and 18. Go give me Ezekiel chapter 38, verses 1 and 2. Mm-hmm.
Come. It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, verse 1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, verse 2, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech, and Tubal.
So here, the Most High, now if we understand through the teachings who Gog is Russia.
Right.
And Magog is his of Gog. Ma is of, meaning the nations that's down with Gog. Gog and Magog, you understand, there's a prophecy pertaining to them. Read verse 2 again.
Come. Verse 2, Son of man, set thy face against Gog.
Against, meaning that this is against them. This is a prophecy against them. Read on.
The land of Magog.
The land of Magog. So the land of his allies. Magog of Gog, right?
Come.
That's it on 2?
No, there's more, sir.
Come on.
Come. The chief prince of Meshech and Tubal.
You understand? These are the most powerful. When it's a prince, that's signifying power and authority.
That's right.
Of these Edomite nations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Any more on 2?
Come.
Read.
And prophesy against him.
And prophesy against them.
Yep.
Understand? So this is a prophecy against Gog and Magog, Russia and its allies, right? So now, Baba Kashah, go to verse 17.
Come. Book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, verse 17. Thus saith the Lord God, art thou he of whom I have spoken in old time by my servants, the prophets of Israel?
Are you the one that I told, this is the Most High, you understand? I wouldn't say being facetious, but he's saying, like, are you the one that I prophesied about? Are you that cat? You understand that I prophesied about? Read on.
Come. Which prophesied in those days many years that I would bring thee against them.
You understand? He would, I think, you reading 17, right?
Come. So you want to read it?
Yeah, because you left out something.
Come. Book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, verse 17. Thus saith the Lord God, art thou he of whom I have spoken in old time by my servants, the prophets of Israel?
Okay, then. So we didn't get Israel in there. So meaning that the prophets of Israel prior to this spoke about this prophecy.
Right.
You understand? Read on.
Which prophesied in those days many years that I would bring thee against them.
That he's going to bring Russia against Israel, right?
Okay.
Or Gog against Israel. Read 18.
Verse 18. And it shall come to pass at the time when Gog shall come against the land of Israel.
Now it says the land of Israel. It doesn't say the people of Israel.
Right.
It's the land. That's the Middle East. So what we're seeing here is that at some point Russia is going to come into the war. So this is a precursor, you understand, to the actual war breaking out, right? And we're getting close, as you can see if you've been reading the reports or listening to the reports. You understand what I'm saying? Because you understand, China, which is an ally to Russia, gets most of their oil through that Straits of Hormuz. And I heard that some of the southeastern countries like Vietnam and others, Laos, Cambodia, they're rationing gasoline over there already because most of their gasoline also comes through there. You understand? So now people are going to react according to their interests. You understand? So if it's going to ruin your economy, you got to do something about it. Only rich nations like America, when I say rich nations, I'm talking about the multitude of rich people in America. Understand, who's profiting from this war. You understand? Because everybody, you understand, like the finance, insurance, you understand, real estate and energy, they all profit from these wars. You understand? That's called fire. Okay, so they profit from the wars. You know, especially these, you see these contracts and stuff that's going out. So read on, brother.
That my fury shall come up in my face.
You understand? Meaning the Most High is tired of this nonsense.
Damn right.
And he's going to do something about it. You understand? So now, let's go back to verse, what is it? We're going to do verse 5 and 6 in the same chapter.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, verse 5. Persia, Ethiopia, in Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet.
You understand? Meaning these, if you didn't know, right? If you didn't know, Iran is Persia.
Right.
Iran is Persia. The name was changed, I think, around 1914, around there, from Persia to Iran. It's a recently a new name for the nation. But all throughout history, that area was called Persia. You understand? And the original inhabitants of it were Elamites. The Persian Empire was governed by Elamites, who we call today East Indians.
Right.
So the people that's over there is an admixture of the Greeks and the Romans, the Elamites, and the Arabs. It's an admixture over there, but they're known as the Persians. That's the Persian Empire, and as you know, they're at the center of the war right now. Understand? In Libya, if you didn't know, Libya is North Africa, of course, and then you have Ethiopia, which includes Somali. You know, because these other nations, Somalia and Somaliland, were really related to the Ethiopians, and they just broke off and became, when the Arabs came in and became independent states.
Slice, if I could. Who the Sudanese? Are they part of?
Sudanese would be Kush.
Ah, okay. Come on.
Understand? But some of the Egyptians fled down into that Mizraim, fled down into that area as well.
Gotcha, sir. Okay.
As did we. You understand? Before we moved to West Africa. Okay. So God is going to come against the land of Israel. So we're waiting for that. So these are the precursors of the things that are leading up to the war. You understand? World War III, as we understand it, right? So now go to Ezekiel 39. We're going to read 1 and 2 plus 6. Oh, the water. Read, yes, the water.
Come. Verse 6. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah, it's like the house of Togarmah of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee.
So Gomer is France, right? So these nations are gathering, the northern part, which is Europe, you understand, are gathering for the war. You understand? They're gathering for the war. That's why it says, when it says, in all his bands are army. In this context, that's what bands are. You understand? The armies. 1, many people with thee, meaning they're going to join together. These nations from the north are going to be joining together. We understand, right? So now give me Ezekiel 39. We're going to read 1. And we're going to read 1 and 2. Then we're going to skip the 6.
Come. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 39, verse 1. Therefore, thou son of man, prophesy against God, and say, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I am against thee, O God.
So the Most High said, I'm against thee, O God. You understand what I'm saying? Because these are nations whose judgment has been pronounced already.
Mm.
You understand? So this is a prophecy of what we call today Russia, Rus, right?
Mm.
Read on.
Come. The chief prince of Meshech and Tubal.
The top nation that came out of these nations, Meshech and Tubal, right?
Come.
Read.
Verse 2. And I will turn thee back and leave but the sixth part of thee, and will cause thee to come up from the north parts, and will bring thee upon the mountains of Israel.
You understand? He was held back already. He's going to be released again into the war in the land of Israel. Because we read two prophecies about them coming against the land of Israel. You understand?
Okay.
Baba Kashah, read verse
6, sir?
No, 2. Read 2, then go to 6. Was that 2?
Yeah, come.
Okay. Yeah, go to 6.
Come. Book of Ezekiel, chapter 39, verse 6. And I will send a fire on Magog, and among them that dwell carelessly in the isles, and they shall know that I am the Lord.
So the isles is what's considered Europe in this context, because, you know, they say that Europe is a continent, but it's really a subcontinent.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're carelessly, meaning they got wealth, they living good. You understand? So they ain't worried about nothing. They got NATO, they got this, they got that. But they coming in too.
Damn right.
They coming in too. You understand? And they shall know that I'm the Lord. When you see these things happen, what it means you shall know that I'm the Lord is that you know that the Lord's word has come to pass.
Damn right.
That's what we know. You understand? So we're leading up to it. Now, we read 6, right? Give me Joel 3, and we're going to read 1 through 3 in Joel. Joel chapter 3, we're going to read verses 1 through 3. Okay? Yeah. Give me Joel, but the war is coming. Now, we don't know if this is the last, you understand, go around. We don't know.
Right.
But we know what's going to happen according to these scriptures. They might be able to work out a deal for a minute, but eventually they coming into the valley.
That's right.
Understand? Thus saith the Lord. Okay, so read verse 1, 3 and 1.
Come. It's the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
So now Judah and Jerusalem, you understand? Judah, the people, and Jerusalem. And it also is referring to the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. They both in captivity. So we know that during this time, Judah or the Israelites are going to be in captivity again, as we are today.
That's right.
So these are markers to indicate time, the general time that we're in. We're going to be in captivity during this time, right? Okay. Read on.
Okay. Verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
So here he's saying, while Israel is still in captivity, all of these nations are going to be brought into the valley of Jehoshaphat. And if anybody doesn't know what that is, then we had a king named Jehoshaphat. And he was a smart dude. To me, he's one of the underrated brothers in the Bible.
Most High Christ.
And all of the nations came against him. You understand? And he was afraid. Them Chinese and all them people came against him, some by water, and he was afraid. And he prayed to the Most High God. And the Most High God taught him how to set a trap. And these nations came down into the valley, which later became the valley of Jehoshaphat. It was like a world war because many nations gathered against Israel. You understand? That's the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Damn right.
Understand? It's the Middle East. It's in what we call today Southern Israel. You understand? That's where it was. All right. But in the context of the whole truth, the whole Middle East is Israel. You understand what I'm saying?
Damn right.
According to the boundaries set by the Most High in the book of Genesis, right? Okay. So Read on.
And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel.
So the whole purpose of this, and when the Most High Salakia says he's going to plead with them, it doesn't mean plead like you and I plead.
Right.
When he says he's going to plead with them, he's going to whip ass. He's going to tear shit up.
That's right.
Salakia. That's how he pleads with them for his people. So when you hear Commanding General Yohana say all of this is to free Israel, he's correct, because that's what the Most High just said. All it is to lead them into the valley. You understand? And prove that God's word is true and to free his people, right? He says, I will plead with them for my people and for my heritage, Israel. We're his heritage. We get the inheritance of the kingdom. We're his heritage. We're his children. Like a child inherits from his father when he has property or when he has wealth. We inherit from the Most High the kingdom of heaven, rulership on the planet Earth. That's what it's talking about. Read on. Whom they have scattered among the nations. You understand? They've scattered throughout the nation. We're every damn where.
Right.
You understand? One of the best shows that I saw was with Kazak Ahmad. Salakia, brother.
No sweat.
If I mispronounced your name, but brother, you're doing a great job if you see this.
Damn right.
He did a show with a brother in South Africa. And that was really, I'm not going to spend too much. That was really a great show to see that the Israelites in South Africa is the same. I'm telling you,
Most High, right.
It's going through the same thing that we're going through in Durham, North Carolina, in Philadelphia, in Los Angeles, in Chicago, Memphis, Tennessee. It's the same. It was amazing. You understand? Zakamah, Salakia, sir. So read on.
And parted my land.
They've parted his land. Meaning that they divvied up the Most High's land. And of course, we know where his land is. We know that that's his favorite part of the earth, the part that they call Middle East, which really most of it belongs to us.
Right.
That's the inheritance. That's why he says his land. You understand? So now, read verse 3.
Verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people.
Meaning they've gambled with our lives.
Right.
When you cast lots, that's like shooting dice. You're gambling with the lives of my people. You understand? Read on.
And have given a boy for an harlot.
Epstein files.
Right.
Read on.
And sold a girl for wine.
Epstein files. So they've done these heinous crimes. So these heinous crimes. This is an identifying marker of the people who the Most High, you understand, is prophesying against.
Right.
And we know who they are. Sure. You understand? They've given a boy for an harlot, man. Damn. They over there having all these sex with these kids, man. Raping these kids, sex and children, sex rings, and selling children on markets. What's the show? It's a show called Cross that's on Prime. You know, that this is the second season, I believe. They show you that, how they have these very well-organized child abduction rings. Yeah. It's called Cross. It's on Prime cable TV channel. And the lead detective is a brother, and he's doing a great job on that show. You understand? And you can check that out. So now, read on. No, they've given, no, that's it on that. And they sold a girl for wine, man. They sold a girl so they can enjoy themselves. So they can drink and be married. And you see all them little girls they had up there. You see Trump dancing. You ever see that video when them little girls is in the room and Trump is doing his little dance or whatever?
The hell?
Yo, it be cracking me up, man, because you see what his motivation is. He see them little girls, he ready to, because he's a pedophile.
Right.
Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. It ain't no damn secret. They're protecting him. And they're forcing him into the war. That's what the Epstein files is about. Murder, destroying children, pimping them out. These are identifying markers, you understand, to what these devils are doing
Right.
in the earth. We're going to get it. So now go to verse 11.
Okay. Book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen.
Assemble yourself. Yo, come on, get together and come on down.
Right.
Assemble yourself, ye heathen.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And come, all ye heathen. Read on.
And gather yourselves, together round about.
You understand? All you heathen, all these non-Israelite nations is going to get drawn in.
Right.
Read on.
Come. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord.
Yeah, you bring your bad boys, your best weaponry, your best soldiers. Bring all of them.
That's right.
Come on down. Right? Thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Right?
Damn right.
They're going to go against the mighty ones of the Lord at some point.
Come.
Right? So now, keep going.
Come. Verse 12. Let the heathen be weakened. It's like wakened. It's like let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat.
There it is again. There's the valley of Jehoshaphat again. Right? That's the Middle East. All of these nations, wake up. Come on down for the fight. It's like inviting them to a barbecue or something. Come on down. Come on in. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Read on.
Come. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
There will I punish, or the judgment is already written. You understand? The punishment, man, I'm going to tell you, man, it's like when I started hearing this stuff when I came into the UPK, it was amazing, man. But I'm seeing it. And you'll see what I mean as we go along. We're seeing this happen. That's amazing. You understand? It says, read on.
Come. Verse 13. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe.
You understand? He about to chop you down.
Ooh-wee.
You know, the sickle was the thing you cut the wheat with. Y'all know what a sickle is. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Come, get you down, for the press is full.
You understand? The press is full. You understand where they would press fruits and grapes and different grains and press it and make it smaller. You understand? Meaning they're going to get squashed.
Damn right.
You understand? Read on.
The fats overflow.
Oh, it's overflow. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
You understand? They about to get, burnt up. You understand? Which we're going to show you. Read on.
For their wickedness is great.
Their wickedness is great, man. Their wickedness is like, come on, y'all. Like, come on. We see what's going on in this earth, man. This is a hellish place, man.
Damn right.
It is a horrible place, man. This kingdom, these Edomites and these rulers of this earth, they should never rule again, and they won't. Because look what they brought about in this earth, man. That's why we brought out, they sold a boy for a harlot and a girl for wine. Because the Most High is showing you their crimes. He's identifying who they are.
Right.
You understand? Come on in. Y'all like to fight. You understand? Trump over there trying to get the European nations involved. They like, yo, we didn't start this shit. You did. You go fight. But the Most High is going to bring them in anyway. That's why we're talking about Gomer, which is France.
Okay.
Those European nations are going to get drawn in. Now, we don't know if it's this go around, but all of this is leading up to it. A famine is the world might be deprived of fuel. Because of the war. You understand? 2 weeks ago, I paid $2.47 for a gallon of gas. Damn near $4 now.
God damn.
In some places. They say in California it's already $6.
Woo.
In California. I never understood that. But they say California got some crazy gas tax and some other stuff, some other issues out there in California that causes the gasoline to, in the distance that they have to travel from the Middle East, they have to cross the Atlantic and go through the Panama Canal. So it's harder to get the oil over to California than it is the East Coast. So that's part of the reason why Californians They have a large gas tax, and to get the oil to from the Middle East to the West Coast, it costs more money than it does to get it to the East Coast. That's why the East Coast gas, especially in the Southeast, is cheaper. You understand? Because that's where all of the refineries are. Texas, I think some in Louisiana, it's different places where you have the oil refineries. You understand? It's in the southern part of the United States for the most part, right? So I'm just running my mouth, giving y'all some information.
Most High Christ, sir.
Okay. Read on.
Khan, verse 14, book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 14. Multitudes in the valley of decision.
You understand? Multitudes, many people.
Damn right.
In the valley of decision. The valley of decision. Understand? That's when the Most High is going to decide to take them out. That's the valley of decision, right? Read on.
For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision.
Understand? When you see them coming down into that valley, the day of the Lord is near.
Right.
When those armies, you understand? That's why the net and not Jew watch is on. Watch out what's going on with net and not Jew. Netanyahu, for those who don't know what I'm talking about. Understand? Because something going on over there. And if they have destroyed him or killed him, ooh-wee, that threw a monkey wrench in their plan, because he's the architect of the whole war. It was him with the CIA and Mossad.
So, like, sir, True Acquired Bar asked, is that why they coming for Cali? When you were previously talking about the gas prices in California and all that?
Well, if that's what you mean, is that why they coming for Cali?
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what you mean by that, but what I was talking about, brother, was that California has the highest price of oil or gas per gallon for various reasons. The distance from California to the oil field is further than it is for the East Coast. And plus, California has a large gas tax, because California, up until recently, was totally dependent on automobile travel. Now they're starting to build mass transit systems. I think they didn't build the Los Angeles limited subway line until the 90s. You understand? So their transportation systems are not on the same level as the East Coast as far as public transportation.
Right.
Because they're based on automobile travel. So that's why they're more oil dependent. I believe that's what he's getting at.
Come on, God. I think he might have had.
Okay. Well, I don't know why they're trying to destroy parts of Cali, brother. They're trying to destroy anything, you understand, that would hinder their rulership. So I don't understand exactly what's going on in Cali. I'll look into it, but that's all I can say. You know, I don't know how they can destroy parts of Cali, the land mass. You understand? Because California is the largest single economic state in America. You understand? It has the biggest economy in America. California, you understand, has the biggest economy in America. And it has a tremendous amount of commerce coming in from shipping from the Far East, from China, Japan, and the Southeast Asia, Australia. You understand? So it's a tremendous trade route. You understand? And I don't think they really want to destroy that. What they want to do is extract as much wealth as they can from the transactions they're in. Right? Okay. So is that it on 14?
Yeah, come.
So when they come into the valley, that's what the Most High is telling us here. The day of the Lord is near. The day of the Lord is a day that we really want it, but we don't want to be in it.
Right.
I want it, but I really don't want to be in it, because it's going to be a terrible day. You understand what I'm saying? And I hope that we're all on one of them chariots.
Lord allow.
During that time. That's another class for another day. But, you know, Yanassah was giving it, so I got to give it up. You understand? Okay. So the day of the Lord is nearer, right? So go to Haggai 2:22. which is not that far over. Haggai 2 and 22. Haggai is one of them books, man. You got to search for that bad boy. I found it.
Come, me too. The book of Haggai, chapter 2, verse 22. And I will overthrow the throne of the kingdoms.
And he's going to overthrow all the thrones of these kingdoms. Remember in Revelation, I think it's 11 and 15, where it says all the kingdoms of the earth have become the Lord's. Like Christ is going to take all the crowns and give them to the Most High. I think that's a Revelation 11, 15. Okay, so go ahead, read on.
And I will destroy the strength of the kingdoms of the heathen.
What is the strength of the kingdom of the kingdoms of the heathen? What is their strength?
Their army, sir.
And what else?
Their economic, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
The economic system and the army.
Most High in Christ.
You understand? The economic system and the military might is their strength. You understand? It's not democracy.
Hell no.
You understand? Which is a farce.
Right.
In actuality. You understand? But the Most High is going to destroy their military and their economic system. That's another thing that we're looking at pertaining to the war between America, Israel, and Iran, right? You see the economic effect and the possible economic effect. If Trump doesn't keep the war going, it's going to cost him his presidency, or it's going to cost the Republicans their presidency. If America survives the war. Understand? Read on.
Come. And I will overthrow the chariots.
The chariots is their military, just like the chariots is the Lord's military.
Right.
You understand? A chariot is just a vehicle. You understand? Read on.
And those that ride in them.
You understand? Them guys in them tanks and in them airplanes and in them ships. They're the ones that ride in the chariots.
Right.
You understand? Read on.
And the horses and their riders shall come down.
You understand? Everything they ride upon. It's not literally horses.
Right.
Just like in Revelation, when it talks about horses, it's not talking about literal horses. It's just talking about the things that carry the men. Understand that the men, it could be a tank, it could be a troop carrier. If y'all have any military experience, you have vehicles that's just there to bring troops to the front lines or to wherever they need them, right? Read on.
And it's like every one by the sword of his brother.
You understand? Every one by the sword of his brothers, meaning there's going to be infighting, fighting against one another.
Right.
You understand? Like you might have the Arabs fighting each other. You're going to have Europeans fighting each other. They're from the same nation. You might have India versus Pakistan. They both Elamites.
Right.
You understand? That's what it's talking about. That's what it's talking about. Stuff like that. You might have Venezuela, you understand, against Nicaragua or something like that. You know, I'm just giving examples. It's not actual. I'm just giving examples of the possibility of brothers fighting against brothers, like Bloods and Crips.
Right.
Fighting each other for land they don't even own.
Come on.
They don't get no taxes from it or nothing. Anyway, so now that's Habakkuk 22, right? We finished?
No, that's Haggai.
Haggai 2 and 22, right? That's 2 and 22. That's it on that, right? Okay. So now let's go to 2 Peter's chapter 3 and verse 10. 2 Peter's chapter 3 and verse 10. Okay? Because like the Most High, made the Bible, you understand, for us.
That's right.
And he wrote it in a way, it's like a puzzle. And we have to build the puzzle. And he gave us the formula. The formula is actually in, what is it, Jeremiah 28? Yeah. Yeah, get that. Because the Most High gave us the formula, right? Because, see, Christians don't know how to read the Bible.
Damn right.
And it's not for them anyway. And I'm talking, my brothers and sisters that are in Christianity, you need to come the hell up out of there.
Right.
Because the pastors, as you can see, they don't know what the hell is going on. Them Christian pastors been mighty quiet. You know what they still talking about? Prosperity. Chavo in Espanol. You understand? They talking about money and prosperity preaching in the world falling apart.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the
Start
book.
at 9.
Come on. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
You understand? He's asking the question, who is he directing this to? Who's supposed to learn this?
Mm-hmm.
Read.
Them that are weaned from the milk. And
them that are weaned from the milk. So a baby is weaned from the milk. He's fed milk first.
mm-hmm.
You understand? Because he can't absorb the nutrients and digest meats. So that's us. When we first come in, we have to learn the basics, understanding of the scriptures. And this right here, everybody needs to understand this.
Damn right.
Read on.
Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
And drawn from the breast, like a child. You understand? Like you come in here, you're a student, you understand? And then you're a trooper.
That's right.
Or you're a young man, then you're a trooper, then you're an officer. So when the officer first go to camp, he's limited to milk scriptures.
That's right.
But as he goes on, as we all do, we get to the meat.
That's right.
You understand? The things that are more, you need more experience, spiritual experience to understand and break down.
That's right.
Read on.
Come. Verse 10. For precept must be upon precept.
Precept upon precept. Precept is the idea that the scripture is conveying.
Come.
You understand? That's the precept. Precept is a verse and what it's talking about. That's the precept. Read.
Precept upon precept, line upon line.
Precept upon precept, line upon line. Read. Now this is the key right here. Read.
Line upon line. Here a little and there a little.
Here a little, there a little. So you notice in every class in the UPK, just about, they don't just read one chapter. They go from this chapter to this book to this chapter. That's here a little, there a little, because that's the way the Most High conveyed it to us. That's the way we break it down. That's the way we supposed to break down these scriptures, man.
That's right.
You understand? When you read in as Nehemiah chapter 8, when the prophets went out to camp and they're breaking down the scriptures and causing the people to understand the scripture, that's what they were doing. That's in the book of Nehemiah, chapter 8, when they had the platform. What do we call it? Man, I can't even think of it. That we stand on out there. The podium.
Damn right.
And it's a lot. It's been a long time since I've been to camp, you know. But yeah, so this is how we understand the Bible. You understand? Christians want to, hey, what, you know, I was in the store the other day, and I was telling a sister in the store and a brother in the store to watch this class. And the sister said to me, what chapter? I said, I'm going to be teaching on World War III. She said, what chapter? Like World War III is in one chapter. You understand? Well, we know that it's not in one chapter because we go precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line. That's what we do, right? So now we got, where we at? We are at, did you finish 10? Oh, Salaki, we got a visitor. Hold on just a second. So precept upon precept is meaning you get the skill to match precepts. You understand? Shalom, Yahweh, Shema, Shabbarakatah. Shalom, Yahweh, Shema, Thumba, Shema, yeah, that's your stuff there, brother. You can check it out. So, right? Did you finish 10?
Last.
Finish 10 for me, Baba Kasha.
It's the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away.
Isaiah 28:10, right? Did you finish reading that? Yeah. Okay, so he finished that. We don't have to go back there because I think I broke it down.
Yeah.
Okay, so Most High in Christ. So now let's go back to 2 Peter 3:10.
Come on. This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
The day of the Lord is going to come like a thief in the night. So what does that mean? When it comes as a thief in the night, what does that literally mean? Right? It's just simply, anybody in the chat? Okay. Okay, for time's sake, we're gonna. It simply means that when he comes, you ain't gonna see him. You don't know when the thief is coming to your cribbo because he's sneaking by night, and you don't know when he's coming. You know what I'm saying? You don't know when when he's gonna arrive. So that's what the Most High is saying here, is that you understand he's gonna come as a thief in the night, meaning you ain't gonna see him when he's coming.
Right.
You understand? Read on.
In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise.
The heavens or the rulership shall pass away with a great noise. It's going to be hell up in that sky and on the earth. Right? Read on.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
The elements shall melt with fervent heat. You know what kind of heat that is? That's thermonuclear warfare. That's the heat. And we're going to give you further proof in case you might not believe it. Right? You understand? Read on.
Come. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
The works that's going to get burnt up is all the construction, the civilization. That's the works. And those things that make the earth or the civilization on the earth work. You understand? It's going to get burnt up. So this is talking about thermonuclear warfare. Understand? And some of the burning is going to get done by Yahushua and the chariots, right? But you got to see what's going to happen, because the Most High is going to tell you what's going to happen. What we're getting into now, we got into the precursors of the war. So now we're going to get into the actual war itself, and then we're going to see what's going to happen, post-war. You understand? After victory is achieved, right? And that's it on 10, right? So let's go to the book of Jeremiah 51 and 36. Jeremiah 51 and 36. If you have any questions, come on with it. We'll do our best.
Damn right.
Jeremiah 51 and 36, Baba Kashah.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 36. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will plead thy cause and take vengeance for thee.
You understand? So the Most High is saying, this is what we said before. You understand? Because you see sometimes where these brothers, precept upon precept, where we read earlier, whether he was going to plead for us. You understand what I'm saying? It's the same thing. You understand? Because the truth never changes, okay? Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, read on.
Khan, I will plead thy cause and take vengeance for thee.
He's going to take vengeance for us.
Damn right.
So when you hear Commander General Yohana, General Mahyman, the generals, the captains, the officers above us talking about this is all about the freedom of Israel, believe it. This is leading to us coming out of this captivity, because we read earlier where we're absolutely going to be in captivity when this jumps off. And we're certainly in captivity now. That's for sure. You understand? Read on.
And I will dry up her sea and make her springs dry.
Understand? Meaning they're going to be thirsty for whatever they need. They're going to be thirsty for whatever they need. Their ability to travel by sea is going to be disrupted. You understand? Come on.
Verse 37. And Babylon shall become heaps.
You understand? Babylon shall become heaps. You know what I'm saying? Like heaps is like after everything is destroyed and burnt up, and then you just pile everything up, and those are the heaps. Babylon shall become heaps. So now it gets a little bit more specific. Talking about Babylon, man. You know, our first time I heard about Babylon was from the Benjamites when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, they used to talk about Babylon all the time. It's with the reggae music, real reggae music, way back in the day, way back. Y'all niggas wasn't born yet. But they used to talk about Babylon on Salakia. Y'all wasn't born yet. Most of y'all wasn't born yet. But they used to sing about Babylon being a system of corruption in the old reggae music, which was one of my favorite genres of music back in the day. Reggae was heavy. The Benjamites call it the real reggae, man.
Okay.
You know, not the Mickey Mouse music, man, that they got now. That's
Damn
what they
right.
used- I used to love hearing that. They used to teach us a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? That we surpassed them in knowledge because of the truth. You understand? Okay. So now, where we at? That was 37? Yeah, we finished 37.
A dwelling place for dragons, an astonishment and a hissing without an inhabitant.
You understand? I mean, it's going to be so terrible here that only animals, lizards, and alligators and stuff is going to be able to live here. That's what a dragon is. A dragon is not some mythical creature that
Right.
breathes fire with wings. It's just a alligator, a large lizard, or something like that. A Komodo dragon. That's why they call him a Komodo dragon, but that's what a dragon is.
Most High in Christ.
You know what I'm saying? I remember it was one of these cats in Baltimore years ago. He was trying to tell us that Godzilla was real. I was on the floor. He was like Leviathan is Godzilla with a big tail. Anyway, y'all, come on.
Good night.
So this is talking about the destruction of Babylon, which is America, which is the main part of Babylon, which is going to be the lake of fire. It's going to be burning for a long time, y'all. Nobody's going to be able to live here. You understand? According to the prophecy, right? So now, let's get a little something. Go to Revelation 11 and 14. Baba Kashah, 11 and 14. I'm way off. The book of Revelation, chapter 11 and 14. Read that, bro.
Come. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
You understand? The second destruction is past. The third one comes quickly, meaning once the war actually gets rolling, it's going to be moving fast.
Right.
Destruction is going to come quickly. You understand? Is we talking about thermonuclear warfare.
Damn right.
We're talking about missiles and stuff, that a type of warfare that's never been seen on the planet Earth before and will never be seen again. That's what we're talking about here, right?
Oh, God.
So now let's this is a good one here. Give me 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verses 29 through 34. 2nd Ezra chapter 13. 29, you understand, through 34, we're going to read. Because this is heavy, y'all. You understand? Let me get there with you, brother. Because when you can get there, you can start reading. Go ahead.
Come on, sir. This book, second book of Ezra, chapter 13, verse 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth.
You understand who he's going to deliver? The Israelites. He's going to begin delivering us. He got to give us the information first.
Right.
That's the beginning of the deliverance, is the rebirth of the knowledge of the truth, the information. Read.
Come. Verse 30. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth.
You understand? They're going to be shocked at the truth. You understand? Come on.
Verse 31. And one shall.
And also, you understand the way the Most High is going to come at them, that they're going to be astonished, right?
Oui.
So come on.
Come. Verse 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another.
You understand? They're going to be fighting one another. You understand? It's going to be conflict everywhere.
Right.
Read on.
One city against another.
One city, you understand? Jerusalem against Tehran. You understand? Against another. Read.
One place against another.
One place against another. It might be two neighborhoods fighting against each other. Right? Read on.
One people against another.
Different nations fighting each other, because this is in cahoots with Matthew's nation against nation. Nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. This is talking about the same thing. Right?
And one realm against another.
So that's the kingdoms. America's a realm. Russia's a realm. Great Britain's a realm. You understand? China's a realm. You understand? Read on.
Come. Verse 32. And the time shall be when these things come to pass.
And the time when these things are happening, all of these things that we've been reading about, wars and rumors of wars, pestilence, earthquakes, people fighting against each other, great wars, right? Read on.
And the sign shall happen, which I showed thee before.
The sign shall happen, meaning he told us all of this stuff, and now he's going to show it to us. He told us the prophets was given all of this information, and during these times, he was going to show it to us. We're going to see it. You understand?
Damn right.
Read on.
And then shall my son be declared.
Ooh, wee.
Most High Christ.
Now, this is heavy, what we're going to just hear right, what we're going to read right here. Because when I first heard it, it was like, it was amazing. Understand? But watch this. Come on, read.
Come. Whom thou sawest as a man ascending.
When you saw as a man ascending.
Hey.
So when Christ ascended up to heaven, how did he get there? He went up in a cloud or in a chariot. You understand? So that, and you remember what the angels told the brothers. The same way you see him going up is the same way he's coming back.
Damn right.
This is saying the same thing. You understand? Read it again.
Come. And thou shalt my son, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. Verse 33. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another. Verse 34. And an innumerable multitude.
Now, this is the kicker right here.
An innumerable multitude shall be gathered together as thou sawest them, willing to come and to overcome him by fighting.
You understand? Meaning they're going to be fighting each other, just like Commander General Johanna said.
Right.
They're going to be fighting each other, but when the Christ and the chariots come, they're going to join together to try to fight against Christ.
Good
That's
night.
what you're reading right there. That's what, read it again.
Come. Verse 34. And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together as thou sawest them, willing to come and to overcome him by fighting.
Man, try to fight against Christ, man.
Good.
Like I when I first heard it, I used to say to myself, these are crazy.
Yeah, right.
But in reality, though, for real talk, man, they insane, man. Like their pride is so great. They call themselves Christians, right? But they're going to try to fight against Christ. That's crazy. But this is it. This is the word of the Lord. This is the word of the Lord. This is the truth. While they're fighting World War III, and when they see Christ and them come, they're going to stop and try to fight against Christ. That's what we just read right there. That's what's going to happen. Understand? And this also in Revelation, we're going to get to that as well.
Come.
That was it on 34.
Come, sir.
Okay, so now let's go to Luke 21 and 22.
Come.
Luke 21 and 22. Let me get there with you. Because all of these events it's a sequence of events, and is also some clear characters that's involved, namely nations. We saw their sexual deviancy and their exploitation of children being thrown into the mix. You understand? We're seeing that they have great riches and great military might. You understand? So the Most High knows how to tell a story. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
Come on.
That chair still
Yeah, I don't know why this chair is doing this, man. I don't know, but I'm gonna rock it out.
Okay, come.
As long as I don't fall. Okay, so now we're gonna read Luke 21 and 22, Baba Kashah.
Come. It's the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 22. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled.
Understand? Meaning this is the end. Like when you see all of these things happen, you understand when Christ come back, you understand? This is the day of vengeance. What did we just read a couple of scriptures ago is that the Most High is going to take vengeance for us. He's going to plead with these nations and take vengeance against them for us.
That's right.
Because what nation has not gotten of her spoils? Everybody done ripped Israel off. Every nation on this earth, save none, have taken part in our destruction, man. That's what it tells you in Psalm 83. You understand? So these are the days of vengeance, man.
Damn.
Who does vengeance belong to?
The Lord, sir.
The Lord. That's right. He was
Like that question.
We got a question?
Oh no, I was asking you, sir. Like you saw.
No, I don't see any questions, not yet.
Oh, no.
Okay. So the days of vengeance. These be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
So the things that are written in the scriptures, you understand, all of the things, this is the culmination,
right,
of everything coming to an end that is written in this world. Because, give me 2 Ezra 6 and 9, Baba Kasha. This is why. Because they've had us to believe that we're nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We're niggers and spicks. We're worthless people. We have no power. We have no culture. All of these things they've been telling us for the last 500 years. The Gadites, the Reubenites, they told them the same thing. Because they believe that if you're feeble, you're not worth anything. Meaning if you're weak, if you can't withstand them, then you're not worth anything. That's what they believe. So give me that.
Colonel Khan's second book of Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
You understand? Meaning, when Esau's time is up, after the days of vengeance, we get the kingdom. We rule. You understand? That's what this is all about. So we should rejoice. You understand? And we pray. Let's pray to the Lord that this is it, man. Why? We don't want to see our people burnt up and destroyed, but we tired of this kingdom, man. This is the evilest place that this is Sodom and Gomorrah, Egypt, all of those wicked nations combined is now. I'm tired of it, man. This shit got to go. I'm sorry, so your little brother in the school. This has to go. This kingdom, these people that are running this earth, they have to be taken out of power, and they're going to be taken out of power with a rude awakening. It's not going to be nice for them. They're having a party. They're having a good time off our backs. You understand what I'm saying? The whole world, remember what the Most High told Abraham, right? And Isaac, that through thy seed shall the earth be blessed. So is it ironic or a coincidence that every great empire that existed on the earth had the Israelites in captivity? You name me one great empire on this earth that didn't have the Israelites in captivity. I'll be waiting. It's not a coincidence. You understand what I'm saying? It's the word of the Lord coming to pass. And we have to understand these things, man. You understand? We have to understand what's going on in this earth, right? So now, give me Ecclesiasticus 39 and 28. And Yazakar, you get one of my favorites for me. Get Deuteronomy 33 and 26. Baba Kasha. You got a mic over there, brother? Okay, Most High in Christ. So give me what you got, brother, in Ecclesiasticus 39 and 28.
Colonel Khan. It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes.
Understand? These are the angels that are coming with Christ. Their whole job, like they're not the angels that you see that look like men.
Colonel Khan.
These are some cats, man, that I'm telling you, you don't even want to see them.
Ooh-wee.
You don't even want to see them. They're created just for vengeance. And we're talking about here the day of vengeance, the vengeance of the Lord, you understand, coming on the earth after the war. Because we just read that while they're fighting one another in Christ's return, they're going to focus their weaponry and their anger and their hatred towards fighting Christ and the angels, which we're going to read in Revelation as well.
Good night.
Come on.
Colonel Khan.
That's it on that. That's it on it, right?
Okay,
these spirits are created for destruction.
Right.
And for vengeance. That's why they're made, right? That's what they do. So my brother, and I'm going to tell you something, this is one of my favorite chariot scriptures right here.
Most High Christ.
This is one of my favorites. You understand? Because there's a word in here that I love. So, Baba Kashab, Yazakar, if you could, brother, read that for me.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 33 and verse 26. There is none like unto the God of Jeshurun.
Jeshurun, that's the word. There's none like unto the God of Jeshurun. So when you look up the word Jeshurun, Yasharan, in the Hebrew, you understand, it's the upright people. I call them the fly people. That's why I use it. But it's the upright people. There's none like unto the God of the upright people. That's you. We're the upright people. We're the greatest people that walk the face of the earth.
That's right.
And they tried to make us into mud, man. So, do they really believe in Christ? They believe in money, power, respect. Understand? And Christ got it all.
Damn right.
They about to find out in the not too distant future. You understand? Read on, brother.
Who rideth upon the heaven.
So he's riding upon the heavens. He's riding upon the heavens. He's in a vehicle. They're in a vehicle. Read on.
In thy help.
In thy help. So the thing that he's riding upon is our help. Is our help. Read on.
And in his excellency.
In his excellency. These are some bad mother. Shut your mouth. You understand? These things that are in the heavens are terrible powers. They ain't ready, yo. So let's get some more. Read on, brother.
And in his excellency on the sky.
In his excellency on the sky. So they're in the sky and they're excellent. You know, you watch these UFO shows and they show you the UFO is going like this and then boom. That's excellency. They can't mess with it. They're creating lasers and they're out there in space in a space station where you can do experiments in zero gravity that you can't do on the earth. Trying to come up with some new military equipment to fight against Christ, man. I know you don't believe it. You better believe it. Come on, read some more.
Verse 27. The eternal God is thy refuge.
He's our refuge, man. That's the Most High is our refuge, right? So they're in the sky, and this is our refuge. This is where we can run to for safety. You understand? That's our refuge. Read.
And underneath are the everlasting arms.
Underneath are the everlasting arms. So is it arms like these? This is talk about armaments.
Right.
Weaponry. How do we know? Yanazar could be just making it up. How do we know? Read the next one.
And he shall thrust out the enemy from before thee.
That's how we know. Because these things that are in the sky that are excellent in their operational abilities was created to protect us, to give us a place of refuge. You understand? And to thrust out the enemy. To thrust out the enemy. You understand? That's my favorite scripture on the chariot. That one right there. That's my favorite right there. There's a lot of them, but that one is my favorite because that was when I Commander General, I'm not Commander General, honest, General Mahyman broke that down for me. And I'll never forget it. You understand? I said, is this a scripture about the chariot, sir? Yeah, it is. You understand? So the Most High tells us, he says, I will do nothing. You understand? Until I tell the prophets. Give me that. Amos 3:7. Give me that. You got to understand what this is. Like, this is not some fairy tale that we're making up. I will do nothing, but I reveal my secrets unto. We're gonna read it. I can't remember it verbatim.
The book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 7. Surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
You understand? He reveals his secrets unto the servants, the prophets, man. Understand? That's why we know. That's why the Christians don't know. The Muslims is just, they are some other planet some damn way with that shit. And you understand? They don't know. But we know because he told us, man. He reveals his secrets, his understanding. He gave us the formula. He gives us everything, man. Understand? And I think it's either Proverbs 28 and 5. It says that those who seek after the Most High, I'm paraphrasing, will understand all things. You understand? And that's what, we're capable of doing if we're taught properly under Commanding General Yohana and ISUPK.
That's right.
Understand? To understand all of these prophecies and how to put them together. See, that's the mystery. That's the secret. You understand? How to put them together, precept upon precept, line upon line. That's what we do. Right? So, that's it on 27? Yes. All right, so let's go to Jeremiah 50 and 25. This is another good one. Yes, Bob Kashar. And Yazakar, you get me Revelations 12 and 7. Okay? Revelations 12 and 7. And you'll see how these scriptures fit together as we go along. Because they're all talking about the same things and situations.
Okay. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 25. The Lord hath opened his armory.
Stop right there. Everybody knows what an armory is, right?
Okay.
That's where they store the weapons.
Damn right.
In the police station, you understand, in the military, the armory, right? So here it is. The Most High is opening the armory.
Uh-oh.
Ooh-wee. Meaning the Most High got weaponry. He got weaponry, yo. In case you didn't know. Hi, Christians. So now, read on, brother.
Come on. And brought forth, and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation.
The weapons that's going to carry out his vengeance and his indignation on this earth. He's opened the armory. I like that. You understand? Read on.
Come. For this is the work of the Lord God of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans.
You understand? This is the work that they're going to do on the earth. You understand? Remember, the Chaldeans is where nations came from. Babylon, Persia, all of those nations came from that area. So this is talking about the nations of rulership on the earth.
Come.
You understand? Right? That's it on that?
Come.
So now let's get it with Christ. Give me Revelations 12 and 7, Baba Kashar.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 7. And there was war in heaven.
There was war in heaven. So now Christians and other people think that they're up there fighting where the Most High is. They fighting up in heaven, y'all. They fighting up in heaven. No. This is talking about rulership and the sky. This war is going to take place primarily in the sky. Because when Christ and the chariots come, they're going to leave off from battling each other and try to attack Christ.
Right.
You understand? Read on, brother.
Michael and his angels.
Mayaka'Allah.
And his angels.
Who is the leader of the army of angels under Christ. Mayaka'Allah, who the general is named after.
That's right.
You understand? Come on.
And his angels.
His army. That's Christ and his army. It's war in heaven, y'all. War in heaven. It ain't funny. Come on.
Fought against the dragon.
They fought against the dragon. The dragon is the military might on the earth. That's the dragon. Don't let nobody, tell you it's Godzilla. You know what I mean? Or some stupid stuff like that I've heard. It's incredible. You understand? Thank God for the ISUPK.
That's right.
ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. You understand what I'm saying? You understand? There was war in heaven. You understand? There was war in heaven. And they fought against the dragon, and the dragons fought against his angels. So the military of the world is fighting against Christ and the angels, right? Okay. Don't worry, it's going to be over quickly. Read on.
And the dragon fought, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not.
Meaning the dragon or the military of the earth lost the fight.
Yeah, right.
That's what prevailed not means. They lost. Right? Come on.
And prevailed, verse 8, and prevailed not, neither was their place found anymore in heaven.
Meaning they have no more place in rulership. Shemayim is the place where the Most High lives, the universe, the sky, the heavens, and rulership.
That's
Those
right.
are three basic applications of the word Shemayim or heaven. And you're in rulership, you're in heaven. When you're on the bottom, you're in hell.
Right.
You understand? So they prevailed not, neither was their place found anymore in heaven. Just like in Isaiah 14. You understand? Prepare slaughter. We might get that one.
Okay.
You understand? But this is the battle in the sky. The great decisive battle in the sky. They used to call it back in the day. Come on, read some more.
Verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil.
So now that old serpent, we talking about the serpent in the garden, who was a deceiver. He's called the Satan. He's called the serpent and Satan. Because Satan got his ear. He's listening to every little wicked whisper that he ever heard. He carries it out.
Right.
You understand? Read on, my brother. Here it comes.
And Satan, which deceiveth the whole world.
They didn't deceive. That's why we call him the devil, man.
Right.
Because devil simply means deceiver. They've deceived the whole world except for the elect. And even the elect would get fooled if it was possible. Meaning that if you don't keep your nose to the grind, you understand what I'm saying? And stay in this truth. And come into these classes and listen to the classes online.
Okay.
And listen to Commander General and the generals, man.
Look.
You're going to fall victim to this foolishness on this planet, man. You understand? Read on.
He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
So his angels is his army.
Right.
You understand? Because angels are what? Powers and authorities and messengers, right?
Okay.
So these angels is the angels that are getting beat. They're getting cast down to the earth. You understand? That's what's going on here. Let's get a little bit more clarification in case you didn't understand. Right? So let's go to Jeremiah 51 and 64. Give me that. Get that for me. And Isupk, well, it's in the same chapter. You get me Zechariah 14 and 12. But you get me
51, 64, sir.
Yeah.
Come on. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 64. And thou shalt say, thus shall Babylon sink, and shall not rise from the evil.
It's going to sink, man. It's going under.
Damn right.
That's what sink means. They're going under. When you sink, you go under. When the ship sinks, it goes under the water.
Right.
You understand? Read on.
And shall not rise from the evil that I will bring upon her.
You understand? The Most High is going to bring scunion on this earth. So we imploring our people to stay in this truth, man. And we all going through shit out here.
That's right.
Every family, we all, man, especially around Passover.
Yeah, the demon.
That Passover demon is real. It might not get you this year, but he come back if there is a next year. That Passover demon is a mother.
That's right.
Meaning it's all kind of things that are prompting people into doing wrong during this time. And we have to be vigilant, man. And we have to stay in this truth and use the brotherhood and use the men above you to help you get through these things.
That's right.
Don't isolate yourself like you're the only one going through it, because that's a damn lie.
Right.
You are not. We all going through it. And I'm gonna tell you this, real talk. There's not a nigga alive. When I say nigga, I mean Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians that escaped this oppression. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how good you can sing and how good you look. You catching it.
Mm-hmm.
On some level. You think Jay-Z ain't catching it? Just wait and see. You understand? He rich. Look at Mayweather. He was money walking around all those big bunches of money and bragging. Now he begging for money.
No, come on.
Understand? Now I stand with Israel 100%.
Oh. He said that?
Yeah, you said it. Y'all didn't see the video? Look it up.
Lies, sir. I ain't seen that.
I stand with Israel. I'm Money Mayweather. I'm independent. Yeah, right, nigga. You a slave just like me.
That's right. Money made.
Money Mayweather.
Yeah.
Money with no money. Nigga named Money with no money.
Come on.
You know, when 50 Cent first said that, I thought 50 Cent was just messing with him.
Right.
You know? But then I seen the videos. Now he talking about fighting Pacquiao again because the nigga need money. That nigga about 50. He about 54, right? Yeah, nigga about 54 years old. Nigga. Yeah. Shit crazy.
I'll watch it.
I'll watch it, but for free.
Right.
I ain't paying a nickel.
Yeah, come on. Right.
Okay. Yeah, word up. Okay, so is that it on 64?
Yeah, come on.
Go to verse 13 in the same chapter.
Come on. This book is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 13. O thou that dwellest upon many waters.
So this place, many waters, this is America. You got the Pacific, the Atlantic, the Great Lakes, the Gulf of Mexico. You understand what I'm saying? Panama Canal, the North Sea. It dwells on many waters, right? Oh, ye that dwell on many waters. Read on.
Abundant in treasures.
You're rich. You're abundant in treasure. You're the richest nation on the planet Earth.
Right.
You're the power. Read on.
Come on. Thine end is come.
Thine end is come.
Damn.
All of these scriptures that we're reading is talking about this leading up to the same thing. So what we did, we led up to the war, during the war, and the aftermath. You understand? Of World War III. We have it all, y'all. He says this is the culmination. This is the end and the fulfillment of everything written in the Bible. That's what we read in Luke 2 and 20. Was it 21 and 22? Luke 21 and it was Luke 21, 22.
Come.
Understand? For these shall be the days of vengeance, where all things written are fulfilled. Meaning all of the things that the Most High gave us up until this day is going to be fulfilled at this time. You understand? So read that again.
Come. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 13. O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come.
It's your time.
Damn right.
It's your time now. You had a good, you done enjoyed all the treasures. You understand? You done ripped off God's chosen people. You done milked them out of everything that they got, including their culture, their land, their self-esteem.
Right.
Understand that, you know what I'm saying, their love for themselves, everything you've taken from them.
Sure.
But now it's your time.
That's right.
Now is your time. The end, thine end is come. Read on.
And the measure of thy covetousness.
Understand? Meaning the degree of how much greed you have has come to an end.
Right.
The greed, covetousness is when you want something that somebody else got. It ain't yours. You don't covet what's yours. You covet like I would covet what he got. But it's not mine. That's greed. That's a sin. So these people, these so-called wicked devils, have coveted the whole world. If anybody has resources, if Venezuela has resources that belong to the Venezuelan citizens, and I was glad Venezuela whipped America in baseball. Right. I was glad. I was rooting for the Venezuelans. And the Venezuelans came back and won that game. It was great. Slovakia. The World Baseball Classic, for those of y'all who might not have been paying attention. Venezuela, it was ironic. Venezuela against America in the final. And I was rooting for Venezuela. Let's go, Venezuela. And they won. It was a great game, too. Anyway, you understand? Their end is come, man. They done had fun. Understand? They done destroyed God's chosen people. You understand what I'm saying? They spending millions and millions of dollars. They grabbing Hispanic people off the streets, man. They grabbing little grandmas and taking their little grandchildren from them. We know what they doing. Everybody in here knows. Everybody in here seen all of this wickedness. But they're spending, I think it's like $238 billion a day on these wars. It's an astronomical price. I saw a report today where what country was it? One country is shooting down drones with a device that costs like $30,000, right? I didn't record it. I just read the story. I can't. And then he said America shoots down drones with one missile that costs millions and millions of dollars. You understand? I pray you understand that. They spending all kind of money on this evil, man, and destruction, and people, and the people, like, you know how many farms have failed because they got rid of the Latinos, man?
Right.
And those white farmers is pissed, boy. If there's an election in 2026, I mean, what is it, 2028? Man, the Republicans, unless something happens, the Republicans is in trouble. So they've done all of this and they spent all of this money on, they always remember, this is one thing, I wasn't a big Tupac fan. But Tupac once said something real heavy. He said, they always got money for wars, but they don't have money to feed the poor.
Right.
That was a really great line that Tupac said. I was a Biggie man myself, personally. But I love them both, but I love Biggie more. That's just me. But you know, they spend all of this money and people starving, man.
That's right.
They got those TSA agents, man, playing politics, man. Though, you know, and I'm scared because I got to go to the airport like 4 hours in advance to get on my plane to go to the Passover, man. Yeah. Because the TSA agents haven't gotten paid and they're starting to quit. And some of them calling out sick. So when we go to the Passover, you're flying, man, you better get there at least 4 hours before your flight. Because I saw the lines, they showed the lines in Atlanta, which is the busiest airport in America. The lines was literally coming out of the building. They had like 4 or 5 TSA agents. It's crazy, man. Pay them people, man.
Right.
Don't give a damn about no politics. Pay them damn people, man. They work. You work. That's one thing I love about our culture. In our culture, the law was whenever work you did that day, you got paid at the end of the day. I love that. That's our culture. It ain't no wait to the end of the month. Nigga got paid. Ooh-wee. That's how I like that. But, you know, we ain't there yet. We getting there.
Yeah, right.
You understand? So their end is near. Their end is come, right?
Okay.
So now, who's holding Zechariah? Give me Zechariah 14 and 12. Yazakar, give me Revelation 11, 8, and 9. We're going to do.
I got Zechariah.
You got Zechariah? Okay, so you get Revelations 11, 8, and 9. Let me get there with you, because, Salaki, just give me a second. Let me get to Zechariah with you, brother. Go ahead, read it.
It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 14 and verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
All these nations, man, they took turns. Now, if we would have followed the Lord, they would have never got us. They would have never got us. But we turned our back on the Lord. Thus, here we are now. Right? But all you nations that came against Jerusalem, you know, if you read the history of Jerusalem, right, all of these kingdoms take turns controlling Jerusalem. The Muslims, the English with the Crusades, the Romans, the Greeks, the Persians, everybody take turns warring against Jerusalem. That's a fact. You understand? Read on.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
So, what was that movie? What was that movie? Was it 4th of July? Remember when the bombs went off and you see people's flesh just coming off their body like you turned the skeleton?
Indiana Jones?
No. Terminator.
Terminator.
Oh,
Remember
yeah,
Terminator when she was by the fence?
Yeah.
She had a dream that the bomb dropped and the bomb just burnt. People turned into instant skeleton.
Yeah.
But you're reading about it.
Yeah, that was that Terminator too. So.
Yeah. Their flesh shall consume while they stand upon their feet before they can move. Remember the fervent heat.
That's right.
When the elements are going to melt. Like nobody knows what kind of heat this is. Nobody's ever seen it, except maybe if you survived a nuclear explosion. Then you've seen something like it. Read on.
And their eyes shall consume away in their holes.
Meaning your eyes are going to dissolve and be burnt out in the holes of your head. So, like, when we read about stuff like this, like, it's supposed to have a desired effect on you. You're supposed to fear the Lord and come in.
Right.
And be afraid and pray that the Lord is with you and with us, with your people and with you. You understanding that we could be protected from this. Those of us that remain alive, right? That we can be protected, man. Because remember, those chariots is our refuge.
Right.
And if you ever come in and watch the class that I do on the chariots, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I'm getting ready to do a class in it's about 3 weeks away, but it's called the Ascension, how we're going to be taken up. So tune in for that, y'all, in the future. Right. Because Yanazar has it for you, prepared and ready to go. So continue to read, brother.
Khan. And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
The tongue is going to melt in your mouth. Melt in your mouth, not in your hands. These people, they deserve this, man.
That's right.
These people that have challenged the Most High and are going to challenge Christ, man. When the scripture says that the Most High is a terrible power, man, believe it.
That's right.
He created the whole universe, man. And you think you're going to throw down with him, man? Really? The pride of thine heart has deceived thee. Thou that dwelleth in the cleft of the rocks, whose habitations is high, who saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? You know what the Most High said? Thence, meaning from that point, thence will I bring thee down to the ground, thus saith the Lord. I'm paraphrasing. That's Obadiah. They're so proud and so deceived of themselves with their military might that they're going to challenge the Most High army, Christ's army. It ain't going to be good for them. You understand? Now, give me Revelation 11. That's it on that, right, brother? The water. Give me Revelations 11 and 8.
Come on. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city.
You understand? Meaning, ain't nobody going to be there to bury them, but they're going to be all burnt up. Come on.
Which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. So now, what does that mean? We know what Sodom means. You understand? Sexual deviancy, man.
Come on.
The spirit of America is sexual deviancy. They're protecting pedophiles. Right. The president of the United States is a pedophile.
That's right.
And they know it. 34 convicted felonies. And he's the president of the United States. You know, if I had a felony, which I don't know how I escaped, though. You dig? But if I had a felony, I can't get a job at McDonald's.
Right.
This devil got 34 felony convictions. He's the president of the United States. And you got 26 women. Don't y'all forget. 26 women that have accused him of sexual assault. And you know how he got over? What do they call it when the time runs out? Statute of limitation. Ain't that crazy? Because in our system, rape is akin to murder.
That's right.
You get the same penalty for murder,
right,
as you get for rape. But in this kingdom, this shows you the wickedness of this place. You can murder a person, male or female. You dig? Male or female. In this sexually deviant place, if you don't get caught in 6 years, you free.
Good night. 6 years.
I don't mean to laugh, man, but is that insane or what, man? If you don't get caught in 6 years, I think most of the places like 6 years. If a rapist get caught after 6 years, he's free. You can look it up. But in the righteous kingdom, he got to die.
That's right.
Them child molesters, ain't no prison for them. He's not going to jail, B. We're going to cut your head off.
That's right.
In front of everybody to keep sin out of Israel. That's what we're going to do. I don't think anybody going to be trying it, though, for real. Because Christ is going to scare the hell literally out of the whole planet Earth. When he comes, you understand? So where we at?
Revelation still 11 and 8, sir.
Read. You finish 8?
Law, sir.
Finish 8 and read 9.
Come. Which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
You understand? Meaning this is the same. It's not a literal place, but it's the same spirit and the same people in the same kingdom. When the Romans were in authority where he was literally crucified, this is the continuation of Rome. Go to Washington, D.C. and look at the monuments and you'll see. Go to the Lincoln Memorial, you'll see. You'll see Egypt and Rome being copied again in the seat of rulership. You understand? Come on.
Come. Verse 9. And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
Understand? There's going to be so many people dead that they ain't going to be able to bury them.
Oui.
You understand? The birds and stuff are going to eat them. That's not all burnt up. And it's going to be so many dead people. Remember, there's going to be heaps, a whole heap of dead people, a whole heap of them. You understand? Like, this is World War III.
Right.
This is World War III and the aftermath immediately thereof. You understand? They're going to try to fight against Christ. Christ in them he's coming with 200 million angels created for vengeance, man. What are you going to do?
Come
on. I'm looking for the nearest chariot. Yo! You understand? For real. I'm praying, man. If I'm alive, man, I want to get on, man. I want to get the hell out of here. Because the day of the Lord is no joke.
Right.
It's no joke, y'all. And it's not really, we're supposed to fear the Lord anyway. So this is not really to put an extra fear in the Lord, but this is to prove the word of the Lord is true. Right. And that he's like, we're important. We're the most important people on the planet, man. They try to make it like we ain't nothing. But in ISUPK, the Command and General Honor, we're everything.
That's right.
Commander Junior Hunter said, don't fall into that lie that race don't mean nothing. Race is everything.
That's right.
It's everything. That's why the Most High calls them heathens, man, because they're other races. And he going to burn them up. And then the rest of them that's left alive is going to be our servants. Now, for those, if you're a heathen, meaning you're not an Israelite, you know what I'm saying? I can't help you. You understand? You had good fun. You hated black people. You hate Hispanics. You worked hard to turn black people against Hispanics and Hispanics against black people. You put the Native Indians, the Gadites, and the Reubenites on reservations on the worst part of the land. And
Right.
so I'm gonna it's 2 series on Prime that I need y'all to watch. One is a documentary called The Trail of Tears, and the other is a 6-part show called The Chiefs, where it talks about 6 different Indian nations and their chief, Sitting Bull and such, but it has real good information on how they destroyed those brothers, man. And I'm telling you, man, the brother Sitting Bull, brother, he ain't trust them devils, man. I love Sitting Bull forever for the way he stood against them devils, man. And they shot him in the back of the head. But anyway, y'all watch that if you get a chance. Why? I watched it and I felt like I was a Gadite when I was watching it. Like I said, that's me. That's my family right there. That's what you're going to feel when you watch it. Trust me. You think I'm kidding? It's called, one is called The Trail of Tears, which is a documentary, and then there's a 6-part called The Chiefs. And you that face you see there is Sitting Bull. He's a bad boy. I'm telling you. If you get a chance to watch it, please. If you get a chance to watch it, watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
Where we at? Verse 9, you finished that?
It's like, sir, did first. Yeah. Come on, finish the first 9. It's done.
Okay. We on schedule. We should be able to get, we got 3 more. We should be able to get them in. Give me, Yazakar, give me Revelations 18 and 11. We're going to read 11 and 17. You get Isaiah 21, 14 and 21. 14 and 21.
Come on.
Like, listen, y'all. You know, man, listen, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Our flesh is going to be afraid.
Right.
Our flesh is weak. Our flesh is easily killed. Anybody could kill another person. But your spirit, keep our spirit together through this. Let's stick together through this, man. Okay, we got issues and all that. Hell yeah. But let's stick together, man, and see our way through this, man. And how what it says in the Bible, it says, this is the patience of the saints. This is Revelation 14 and 12. These are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith in Yahweh Shai Mashiach, or in Christ. You understand? That's what we have to do. We have to obey God, you understand, and follow guidance in the truth of Christ. That's what we have to do. You understand? That's what we're doing here. And the Most High gave us these scriptures to give us hope of victory, man. Man. I want victory. I don't want to share shit with these heathens, man. Nothing. I want to share nothing with them. I don't want to be equal with them. You understand? None of that. I want rulership. We want rulership, man. Next week, what is life for Israel? That's the title of the class for next week. What is life? Tune in if you can. Who's reading Revelation 18 and 11?
I got it here.
Come on with it.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 11. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her.
The merchants, or the economic industries, the industries of economics is going to weep because they know that the end of their riches and they're gaining riches throughout the earth is over. when they see Babylon destroyed. Read on.
For no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
You understand the economic, exploitation and the exploitation of the resources of the earth is over. Come on.
Verse 12, the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all dying wood and all manner vessels of ivory and all manner vessels of most precious wood.
So what it's talking about is all of the commerce. You understand? All of the things that they trade on Wall Street. You understand? All of the things that are commercial for trade. All of that's coming to an end. All of that is coming to an end. And eventually it's all going to belong to us. That's another story for another day. Now, drop down to verse 17, Baba Kashar. Did you finish 12?
A little bit more.
Just finish 12 and then drop down to 17, Baba Kashar.
Come. And of brass and iron and marble. Verse 7.
Commodities is the word. Those are all of the commodities, the things that are traded and bought in the earth for the most part. So they gave you a little sample of different textiles, materials, precious stones. You understand? All of these things are what, is called commerce, commodities traded on Wall Street. These are the things that you're oppressed for. Okay? Now give me 17, Baba Kashar.
Verse 17. For in 1 hour, so great riches is come to naught.
You understand? In 1 hour, man, Christ is going to spank them in 1 hour.
Yeah, right.
In 1 hour, they're just going to be overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to, I like that scripture. I can't recall it, but it said they're going to lose heart. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine a bully, right? He a bully. He got a crew. He got a big stick. Imagine you knock off his crew and take away his big stick. Where he at? He loses heart. Yeah. You understand? So now, that's it on 17?
La, sir.
Come on. We finish it, Baba Kashar.
And every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off. Verse 18. And cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? Verse 19.
Let's stop right there. Stop right there, Baba Kashar, the water. So what this talking about is like, you see how they closed the Strait of Hormuz primarily to most of the ships that pass through. This is just a precursor of what this is talking about. Like all the shipping lanes and all of the merchandise, you understand it, that, was part of the world trade system. It's no longer going to be accessible. All of those ships or those tankers and all those stuff, it's going to come to a halt. And the great city is really Babylon. Just got smoked. The great city is Babylon, is United States. Got smoked because that's the number one economy in the world is America. Where the most things are traded and sold is in America. That's all right. That's all right. I can't find either, but I know it's there that they're going to lose heart. You understand? Any more? That's it on that. So now, Baba Kashar, give me Isaiah 14, 21, and 22.
Khan. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
So the punishment they're going to get, the punishment that they're going to receive is because of the things that their forefathers have done.
That's right.
Primarily against the children of Israel. You understand? prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquities of their fathers, because their fathers, you understand, put this system into play.
Right.
And they've benefited from the system. That's why, one of my favorite videos is when General Hyman just makes that white woman cry. Because, we should all be together. And General Hyman just chopped her up. It's about 30 years old. 20.
It's a great video.
Yeah. It's a great video. General Mayaka Allah, too.
Oh, yeah.
So, understand, because they've enjoyed this kingdom, man.
Right.
Prepare slaughter for their children, read.
For the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
That's it for them.
Damn.
Remember in Revelation 12:12, the devil has come down to the earth. Give me that. Give me that, Yasakar. Revelation 12:12. You finish up where you at.
Come. Verse 22, Isaiah chapter 14, verse 22. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Most High.
So when you have the son and the nephew and the remnant, what's that talking about? It means their bloodline is over.
Okay.
That's the end of that nation. Because you ain't got no more nephews, you ain't got no more men. They all dead. And you can't reproduce. I saw that video, man, where all those women was asked, what you got? They were asked, would you live on a planet? These are the dumbest bitches that ever lived. Salakia. They asking these women. I know y'all seen the video, man. They asking these women, would you like to live on a planet with just females? Oh, sure, 100%. Yeah, sure. I can't say what I want to say. But that's the dumbest thing, one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life. Because they're thinking about themselves. But in one generation, you dead. Dumbass.
There was one woman at the end that said,
Yeah,
one sister did say.
She said, man, you crazy. That's not what she said, whatever she meant.
Right.
Because she understood the reality of life. Man cannot exist without woman, and woman can't exist without man.
That's right.
And those stupid women that said that amazed me. I was amazed by it. Like they couldn't think past their left thumb. But see, that's what the kingdom of lust and selfishness has put into their mind. They'd be dead in one generation. Who they gonna love? Ain't that much woman to woman love in the world for you to survive. You dead in one generation. One. Amazing, man. Like the level of stupidity was amazing to me. It was like I thought it might be one or two. But there's a bunch of them. All right, let's get back to these scriptures, right? That's it on 22. Say what time we got. Okay, we over the time. We got one more scripture and we're going to finish it up. And this is for us. Give me Daniel, Daniel 12:1. Daniel's chapter 12 and verse 1.
The book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 1. And at the time shall Michael stand up.
So who's Michael? Anybody know?
We
just read about him in Revelation.
The leading archangel, sir.
Mayaka Allah is Michael.
Come.
That's Michael. Michael's a bad dude. Mayaka Allah is a bad brother. He's the general of the army.
Come.
Understand, of heaven. Understand, he's under Christ.
Damn right.
Archangel of the army under Christ. That's who he is. Read on.
And at the time that shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the people, which standeth for the children of thy people.
So coming with the army is for us.
Right.
He's standing up for us. His work is for us, for
Right.
our benefit. You understand? He's a bad boy. Come on.
And there shall be a time of trouble,
A time of trouble. Here we are now. Come on.
such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
So now let me ask you a question. I'm going to break it down a little bit more. But when it says you're written in the book, right? It's written in your name is written in the book. What language is it written in? What did Paul say was the language of angels? Hebrew. So if you got a Hebrew name, you got a better chance of being in the book. It's just that simple. Whose names are written in the book. But see, here it's telling you, like Daniel was showing all of these things, and if you read verses 4 and verses 10, he didn't understand half of the shit that he was telling. You understand? Because it told him, Daniel asked him, what is meant by all of this. And the angel told him, don't worry about it, shut it up until the last days. That's what he's going to tell you. In verse 4 and verse 9 and 10. But we're going to focus on verse 1. You understand? Because it says here, it's going to be trouble, you understand, such as never was since there was a nation, man, since the beginning of time, even to the same time. And at that time, remember, we're in captivity during that time. We brought that out at the beginning of the class. That during these times, we're going to be in captivity. You understand? Get me Romans 15 and 4. Okay, we're going to end with that one. And it says, and at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Hopefully, we're in the book.
Damn right.
Israel is definitely in the book. But as individuals in the nation of Israel, we all hope that we're in the book. Understand, Lord, allow. Give me what you got. Always remember this scripture, man.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
You understand? Patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. This is our only hope, man. It's the things written here, man. And that we take comfort from it, man. Right. Knowing that the Most High is in charge all the time. You understand? And that our suffering has an end. You understand? And with that, I'm going to pass the class over to Precinct Officer Maya Shaw. And I thank everybody once again for tuning in. I didn't see any questions, so we good to go.
Security announcements. We are the ISUPK at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 and 21 and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew is pronounced ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offer for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation be the Lord's 57th annual Passover, going down in Houston, Texas, April 4th. So pay that Passover fee, $200 for every adult. You understand? Children and free. Remind Akim and Aquathing to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wishes to be a trooper in the school, then start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, I'm Majim, which means to stand. Yashab, sister, stay seated. Men of Israel, Sar, turn and face the Sar, turn and face the teacher. Men of Israel, we give one courteous salute unto our teacher. Men of Israel, Ahmad Shabbat, Ahmadjam, Barak. Yajabata, hands down. Sar, turn and face the sister. Sister, Ahmadjam, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we give one courteous salute unto our sisters. Men of Israel, Ahmad Shabbat, Ahmadjam, Barak. Christ. Yajamata, hands down, class dismissed.
And I hope look forward to seeing y'all next week. Right.